Okay, till now we have done Cartesian product, relations, and types of relations. So next is function. What is a function? A function is a relation from a set A to set B. A function is a relation from a set A to set B. That is, we will denote it like this: F maps A to B if every element of a set A, if every element of a set A is related to some or all elements of B. See here, every element of A is related to some. Here I have given the example of some elements. So if every element of A is related to some or all the elements of B, and second condition, no element of A should be related to no element of A should be related to more than one element of B. That means if this is related to this, so this should not related to others. Okay, but it is possible that it is related to 1, A is related to 1, then B can be related to 1, but A cannot relate to 1, and at the same A cannot relate to 2. Either A will relate to 1 or A will relate to 2, but A can be related to 1, at the same B can be related to 1. Okay, so just note it down and then we will go for next. Okay, so this is the mathematical definition. I think it is going to be a little bit difficult, so I will give you some real life examples so that you can understand it properly. Let me give you some example. When we were studying relations, I gave you one example of a family. In that example, there was a set of parents. That means there was a mother and a father, and on the other hand, the set B, there was a set of children, two sons and one daughter. Okay, in the same way, we will have some other example like that. Let me see. Let us see. If I say this is set A, this is set B, this set is a set of children 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is the set of fathers, their fathers. So if I say 1, not 1, only points, I am writing points. Here also, okay, that's not an issue. So this is set A. Set A is the set of children, and set B is the set of father. So what can happen? These children can be the son of or daughter of. So I am taking only son, not for too much of confusion, daughter, son. This children goes to this father, this children goes to this father, this children goes to this father, sorry, this child, not children. Okay, this child goes to this father, this child goes to this father. So that means this person, this man is the father of this particular guy or this particular child. These men are the father of these particular children. Okay, so it may be possible that this man may be the father of this. So if we want to, if I will, then we have to remove this line, this mapping we have to remove. So what is the possibility? This man can be the father of two children. So these two children are related to one person, one man. So see here, all the elements, according to the definition, all the elements of set A should be related to few or all elements of B. So here, these are left. See here, there are so many men. So these men may be possible, they are not married and they are not father. So that may be possible. But if these are the children, so they must have father. Okay, so we are not going for any extreme case. So these are the children and these children have father here. No one children can have two fathers. Okay, that's why. But one father can have more than one children. A diagram of given function or given relation. If we are able to draw a diagram, set A, set B, this is a function 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D, E, F and G. Okay, when we are able to draw this sign, generally it is greater than sign. So if we are able to draw, then it will be a function. Very first, if each and every element of set A is related to some or all elements of B. If I say, so according to the first point or the definition of the function, this is the first point of the definition. So it is a function, that's clear. Okay, so there is no issue with this, I hope. Okay, let me rough this. And now second point is that no element of A should be related to more than one element of B. No element of A should be related to more than one element of B. So that means it is saying that if A1 is related to A, so 1 should not be related to B. See here, you can see this sign is we are getting now less than sign. So it is not a function. But so this is not a function. But if somehow we are getting 3 related to B, D and 4 related to D, then it is a function because we are getting. So in any diagram, if we are getting like this, see here, I just told you to remember how to remember. If you see the diagram and you see the arrow, then you can say it is a, see, all the elements of set A are related to some or all the elements of B. So some elements. So what are the elements which are left actually? So C is left, G is left, E is left and F is left. Because here 1 is related to A, 2 is related to B, 3 is related to D and 4 is also related to D. So just recall the example of that children and father. So this A is the father of 1, this B is the father of 2 and this D is the father of 3 and 4. So that means this man is having 2 children and these two men are having one child each. Okay, so it is a relation. It is a relation as well as it is a function. Okay, so now so it is clear with this diagram, you can see easily. Okay, now let's do few examples with the diagram itself. Red pen. Okay, I have some example. A, B, C, D and E. Here X, Y, Z. X, Y, Z, R, S. Okay, what is the mapping they have given? Mapping or relation. A is related to X. B is related to B and C are related to Z. D is related to R and E is related to X. So this is a function or not? See here, from A to E, A and E are having X. This is A, this is B. Okay, A is going to X, E is going to X. According to our children father example, A is the child of X as well as E is the child of X. So this man X is the father of these two children A and E. Here Y is not having any child, that's not an issue. S is having not any child, that's not an issue. This father R is having one child, that is D. This father Z is having 2 children, that is these are B and C. See here, the sign is for A and E we are getting this sign, and the same for B and C we are getting this sign. So it is a function. Okay, mathematically how we will say? Mathematically we will say that the image f of A is equal to x. So in set A, the function is defined as fa equal to x as well as fe equal to x. Okay. In the same way, fb equal to z, fc equal to z. Hope it is clear. Then what is left actually? R. fd equal to r. So how we will say in mathematically we will say the image of A is x, image of E is x, image of B and C are z, image of D is r. Okay, this is a function because we are getting this kind of sign. I will write it, see here, this and this. Okay, we'll go for the next example. Till that you can copy this, and it is following the definition also. See here, two elements of set A can be mapped one element, but two elements of B cannot be mapped to one element of A. Okay. Uh, 1 2 3 4 5 6. We have one set 1 2 3 4 5 6, and then another set. This is A, this is B. The function is defined f. Okay, so here we have A B C D E F, A B C D E F. Okay, so see here what is happening. One is going to A, one is going to D, 2 is going to B, 3 is going to E, 4 is going to C, 5 is going to F, 6 is going to F. Okay, I hope you can understand and you can tell itself. Just recall the example of that father and children. Okay, don't go anywhere else, just recall and then apply that into your definition of the function. If I say f1, this child is having here one father here A, this child is having father D. Logically it is not possible. One child cannot be the child of two fathers, so it is not a function. Even more, you can see this here, we are getting this sign. So this sign shows that it is not a function, as already I told you. So f1 is having image A, at the same f1 is having image D. Mathematically or biologically also it is not possible that there can be two fathers for one child. Okay, biologically it is not possible. So then f2 is B, that is okay. If this is not given, then it will be a function. So simply, what are the images? I am writing simply f3 is equal to E, f4 is equal to C, f5 is equal to F, f6 equal to F. See here, f5 and f6. So this child number 5 and child number 6 is the son. They are the son of this only one father, that is F. So that's not an issue. Here it is, you can say sir here it is this sign, but contradiction is here, so it is not a function. Okay, please note it down. Pause the video if you think I'm very fast, so just pause the video and copy this. Okay, one more example we will do and then we will go for the next, that is domain range codomain A B, and function is defined somehow F, ABC, ABC, PQRS, PQRS. A is related to P and B is related to P. C is related to R and D is not related to anyone. Is it a function? From here C is related to R. So R is the father of C, P is the father of A and B. So mathematically we can write FA equal to P, FB equal to P. And here if few elements are left, that is not an issue because our definition says that the elements of A should be related to some or all elements. So Q and S are left. So in B set, if few elements are left, that's not an issue. But still, whether is it a function or not? Because we are getting the images FC equal to R. But what about FD? FD is not getting any father here. That means the D element is left here. What does the definition say? The definition says that all the elements of A should be related to few or some elements, few or all elements of set B. But here D is left, so it is not a function. Okay, that's clear. Copy this. Our next topic is domain, codomain and range. I have already written the definition of domain, codomain and range. Domain, when we are having ordered pairs, so ordered pair will be like this, A comma B. So all the elements, all the first elements of the ordered pairs will form a codomain. What I have written? The first elements of the ordered pairs in a relation R from set A to a set B is called domain. So whenever we will have ordered pairs and then we will collect all the elements, first elements, when we will collect all the first elements, then it will go to the domain or domain set. In the same way, when we will collect all the second element of the ordered pairs, all the second elements of the ordered pairs in a relation R from a set A to set B is called the range. So whatever we are getting here, that will go to the range. And the whole set B, when we will define a relation or function, whatever it is, if I say this is set A, this is set B, so here all the elements will be mapped here and here few elements will be left. But whatever the elements are mapped here, this will be range, and whatever the remaining elements in the B, they are left, but they are not mapped through the function. So that's not an issue, but still B full set will be the codomain of the function or of the relation. Okay, just copy this. We'll go for some other example. And range is the codomain. Range is the subset of codomain. You can see, okay, I will tell you again with the diagram. So if I have, we have, not I, according to the definition, this is given function 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, A, B, C, D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So all the elements. Now we are talking about domain. So domain means, see here, when we are going for the function or relation, we will get, if I say A is related to 1, B is related to 2, C is related to 3, D is related to 4, 5, and if I am saying 6 is there. So 5 and 6 are left. So A is related to 1. So the first element will be from set A and second element will be from set B. So 1, B 2, C 3, D 4. So in the domain set, what will be the elements in the domain? If I say domain of F, we will write like this. So A, B, C, D. Okay, in the range R of F, 1 2 3 1 2 3 4. Okay, now codomain. Okay, we will write like this simply. Codomain will be B. B is equal to 1 to 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, hope you understand these things. There is not an issue. If it is a function, then all the elements should be mapped to some or all the elements of set B. Okay, that's not an issue. Please copy this. Basically, what is domain, codomain and range? Actually, when we will talk about domain, so domain is something we are inputting. We are giving some input to some machine and we are getting output. So whatever we are giving input, that is domain. Whatever the process is going on in the machine, that is function, and whatever we are getting as output is range or codomain. Okay, let's have some example. If we are going to prepare a cup of tea, what we have to do? For tea we need tea powder. If I say it is denoted by T. Sugar, I do like sugar too much, so sugar. Then milk, and if you want to add some water, then water. All these ingredients, if I say, is comprising in set A. What will be the output? Output will be prepared tea. Okay, and then we will filter it. Then with filter we will get dust, wet. If I am saying wet dust of tea powder, instead of saying wet dust, if I say simply tea powder, wet tea powder, wet tea powder. See here, in the input A, we have tea, sugar, milk, water, and in set B we have having, if I say this tea as itself tea, and this wet tea powder, if I am saying P. Okay, so what is the processing is going on? Let me rough this. If you are going to put it, so it will be like this. In a pot A, you have all these things: T, S, M, W, tea, sugar, tea powder, sugar, milk, water. In set B, you have prepared tea. This is prepared tea and this is powder. So what is happening actually? As I told in the function, if you are getting this sign, it is a function. Okay, so see here. Here it is going also, but that's not an issue. Okay, so I am just telling you it is function. See, for domain, range, codomain, we are not supposed to do only for functions. It can be for relations also, because a function is always a relation, but a relation can be a function. We have to check that. Okay, whenever we are talking about function, then it is already or automatically it is a relation. Okay, so no problem. Some parts of these things will be here in the powder form or the dust form, wet powder form. So that's not an issue. I am just telling you all the elements of this set A are mapped to this. No elements are left here. As an output, so as an input, we are inputting T, S, M, W. So the domain of A is all these elements. The range will be only what we got, only tea, because we can drink the tea. But as a codomain, we got tea and powder, that is wet tea powder. Okay, Hope you understood all these things. Okay, next we will go for the rules. How we will find out the domain, codomain and range if a function is given. Next we will go for the rules to find the domain. Okay, rules to find the domain. Okay, I'm just writing in running hand, that's not an issue. So for if I have any expression, so for any expression, that's not an issue, just give the values of x, get the values of y. So input, if I give you an example, so for any expression, it can be linear, it can be quadratic, it can be cubic, or it can be a polynomial. For any kind, just simply check with input and output. So if, for example, if I am saying that I have y equal to x plus 1. So for this x plus 1, what will happen actually? So whatever values, input will be the values of x, input equal to x values, and output will be y values. So whatever we will input, that will be from domain. So if we will put x equal to 0, we will get y equal to 1. See here, a, b. So this expression, before going to that, if we will see the graph of this, we will write it here, minus x plus y equal to 1, this. So x upon minus 1 plus y upon 1 equal to 1. Intercepts at x-axis it is minus 1, so minus 1. At y-axis it is 1, so plus 1. So the line will be like this. Okay, so in the graph of this y equal to x plus 1 line, we can see that all the values it is taking from 0, for x equal to 0, we are getting 1. See here, this is 1. When we are putting x equal to 0, we are getting 1. When we are putting x equal to minus 1, this value x equal to minus 1, so this y is going to be 0. So we are getting here 0. Okay, when we are putting x equal to 0, we are getting 1. That is the one check. Now for infinity, if we are going here, if we are putting infinity, so it is also going there now. So for that, so for x tending towards infinity, we are getting y is tending towards infinity. At the same way, if x is going towards minus infinity, it is going towards negative infinity, downwards. Okay, so for this function y equal to x plus 1, the domain will be R, that is set of real numbers. Okay, at the same, the range R, set of real numbers. So here the range and codomain will be same. So codomain will be also R equal to R. That means this is range, this is real set of real numbers. Okay, that this is not an issue. So this is the very that is very simple one. If I take x square minus 4, what will happen actually? If I take y equal to x square minus 4, and we have to find out the domain and range and codomain of this function. So input values, again input values will be x, output values will be y. So it will give us domain and it will give us codomain or range accordingly, codomain or range. Okay, So let us check. If we will put x equal to 0, only 2 points are the problematic, either infinity or 0. So if we will put x equal to 0, this is A, this is x inputs, this is B, these are the outputs y. If we will put x equal to 0, we will get minus 4. Okay, no problem. If we will put minus 1, if I say minus 1 is here, so we are getting minus 3. If we will put 1, we will get again minus 3. It is written already here. If we will put 2, we will get 0. If we will put minus 2, we will get 0 again. If we will put any other number, like if we will put 10, we will get 100 minus 4 equal to 96. So for 10, we will get 96. For minus 10, again we will get 96. See here, what is happening? With these 3 to 4 points, I am trying to tell you that, see, for every input we are getting output. If we will put any number, rational, irrational, integer, natural number, whatever we are inputting as x, we are getting something in y. So the domain will be R again, range will be R again, and this range will be codomain. Okay. So whatever we are putting as x, we are getting something y, and that x and those x and y are only in the real numbers. Okay. So the domain and range will be same. If we will draw somehow graph minus 4, so graph will go from this. Okay. So what will happen is that when we are putting 0, x equal to 0, see here, x, y. When we are putting x equal to 0, we are getting minus 4. Let me use another color. When we are putting 0, we are getting minus 4. So minus 4, we got it here. Okay. And when we are putting minus 1 and 1, so if I say minus 1 here, no, not here. Let me see. Minus 1 here, 1 here. When we are putting minus 1 and 1, we are getting like this. So minus 3 somewhere here. So this is minus 3. Graph is little bit not exact, that's why. When we are putting minus 1 and 1, we are getting, okay, I am drawing like this, minus 3. And when we are putting minus 2 and 2, when we will put 2 and minus 2, we are getting 0 here. This is 0 line, na? Not here. Here. We came here. So x-axis is actually y equal to 0. X-axis is y equal to 0 and y-axis is actually x equal to 0. So what happening here, you can say, even this is a function. This is the good check. It is also as a function, because just think the example of father and children. This 0 is the father of these two children, minus 2 and 2. This minus 4 is the father of this child 0. This minus 3 is the father of these two children, minus 1 and 1. So it is a function as well as having domain R, range and codomain R. This is the graph. Okay. Next, another example. No, not another example. We will go for the next. This was the for any expression. If at the same, the expression is given in the fractional part or in the fractional form, what will happen actually? If the expression is given in the form of fraction, like 1 upon expression. See here, we do know that 1 by 0 is undefined. Okay. So when expression is going to be 0, this fully will be undefined. For expression equal to 0. Keep it in mind like that. 1 upon expression and expression is becoming 0, so undefined. So what we have to do is that for this, so for 1 upon expression. When we will find out the domain, we will put expression should not be equal to 0. That means whatever the domain will come, in that domain we will not include 0. For example, if I have 1 upon x square minus 4, the same previous example, so the domain will be r minus 0. Okay, sometimes we will write like this. So in that domain, if we will add x equal to 0, sorry, not 0. Expression should not be equal to 0. So expression here, what is the expression? Expression is x square minus 4. So x square minus 4 should not be equal to 0. That means x square should not be equal to 4. That means x square should not be plus 2 or minus 2. So when we will find out the domain of this kind of expression or this kind of function, we will put the denominator part should not be equal to 0. Okay, so that means when we will put x equal to plus 2 or x equal to minus 2, then it is becoming 1 by 0 form. See here, 1 by minus 2 whole square minus 4 equal to 1 by 4 minus 4 equal to 1 by 0. That is going to be infinity or undefined. In the same way, if we will put plus 2, again it will be 4 minus 4 undefined. So for this kind of expression, we put not equal to 0 and then we will proceed as it is in the previous one. Okay, so here what we will put, the domain will be r minus 2 comma plus 2, like this. Okay, I will tell you once again, just copy this. These things you copy. For 1 by expression should not be equal to 0. Okay. If we have y equal to 1 by x square minus 9, I am taking 9. So according to that, expression should not equal to 0. So x square minus 9 should not be equal to 0. So it will give x not equal to 9. So x equal to not equal to plus 3 minus 3. So when we will write the domain, we will exclude these plus 3 and minus 3. And other than that, the domain is R for this expression. For the expression x square minus 9, domain is R. But for the expression 1 by x square minus 9, the domain will be 3. Okay, got it? Note it down. Next is any expression given in the square root. Expression is given in the square root. Then what will be the condition? When we were having simple expression, there was no condition. When expression is given in the square root, so expression must be greater than or equal to 0. Okay. So for example, if we have any expression in the square root, like if we have y equal to under root x minus 4. So what should be here? What we have to do is that this expression, this is the expression x minus 4, that should be greater than or equal to 0. So x minus 4, let me write it properly. So x minus 4 must be greater than or equal to 0. So x greater than or equal to 4. So that means whatever input will be here, it will be greater than or equal to 4. So on the number line we will draw 0, 1, 2. So domain will be from here up to infinity. So domain of this function will be, domain of y will be, it will be 4 comma infinity. and according to that whatever output will come we will put in the range. Okay, if we will put x equal to 4 from starting from 4, then y will be 0, y will be 0. Okay, if we will put 5 we will get 1, if we will put 6 we will get root 2. See here all the positive values we will get, because if we cannot put negative values here na, so every value will be greater than or equal to 4. So if we will put 10 we will get 10 minus 4 root 6. So the thing is that we will get only positive, so range will be, so range of y will be here, see, starting from 0, so it will be 0 and 0 is included, so starting from 0 to infinity. Okay, you can check it anyway. If you will put 3 here which is not in the domain, so it is not possible to put 3 here, and even if we will put 3 here it will become -1, and -1 is under root -1 is imaginary, that is represented by iota. So we are not talking about the complex numbers. So whenever we will put the values greater than or equal to 4. For that we are getting 0 to infinity. Okay, this is the range, this is the domain. Okay, please note it down, then we will go further. For the range we will go. Okay, now rules to find the range. Rules for range. Okay, so for range, as I told, this is set A, this is set B, this is some function or relation. If we have 1 2 3 4 A B C D E F, so if 1 is going for A, 2 is going for B, 3 is going for C, 4 is going for D. So whatever the elements which are mapped here, will come into the range. So this all the elements will be domain. Okay, these elements will come under the range, and all these elements, let me use green pen, all these elements fully, they will be in the codomain. And you can see here range, this ABCD is the subset of codomain A, B, C, D, E and F. Okay, so how we will find the codomain? So for codomain we have few steps, note it down, then I will tell. Whatever the function we have, we will be given the function in this kind of form, fx equal to some expression in x, or it will be given y equal to some expression. Instead of writing separate, it will be like this. So directly we will say y equal to something is given. So if we are given y equal to, I have one example, y equal to x minus 1, very simple example. So for this, if we have to find out the range, what we have to do is that we have to write this expression in the form of x, means we have to write the expression in the which is represented by x. So here this expression or this equation is given in represented by y. So what will happen if we will write y plus 1 equal to x? So x equal to y plus 1, and then we will say it gy, say. Okay, so for every y we will get some x. Okay, whenever we will put some values of y, for this y we will get this value, and this value is equal to x, or alternately we will get gy equal to something. Okay, So what will happen is, if we will put y equal to 1 or any value from R, the set of real numbers, I will not write everything, so just see here, if we will put y equal to minus 10, we will get minus 9. Minus 9, minus 10 is coming from the real number. Minus 10 is coming from the real numbers. And for y equal to minus 10, we are getting x equal to, this implies x equal to minus 9, that is also from real number. So that means here the range, this value will be inside the or the real number set. Okay, so note it down, just I have written here, then we will do some examples so it will be very clear. If we need to find the range of y equal to fx, okay, then we will try to express in the following form. We will try to express it in the following form. What form? X equal to gy. If we are able to write it in the following form, then what we will have to do is, for the value of y, for which gy is defined, is required range. Hope you got it, whatever I told accordingly. Very first we have, let me use another pen. Very first we have this expression or this equation y equal to fx. Then this y equal to fx we have to write anyhow in this form, x equal to gy. As I wrote, it was given y equal to x plus 1 in the previous one. So what we have to write is in the form of x equal to y minus 1, then we will say it gy. This was the example. Okay, so after that, whatever the values we will put for y, that will be the values for x. So basically what we will get, just see here, this is one set, this is another set, a, b. Here we have values of x, here we have values of y. So when we will write y equal to x plus 1, so we are inputting x and getting y. But here what is happening, we are inputting y, that means from here to here we are coming. So that is the range. When we are going from here to here, that is we are giving these values to function and getting these values. But we have transformed the function in this way that x equal to gy. So now we are putting these values and getting this value. Got it? Okay. Next, let us see one example so it will be more clear. Just please note it down. If we have y equal to 1 by x, see here it is given in the form of y equal to fx, and we will try to write it in the form of x equal to gy. So it is very simple, just do the cross multiplication. So we will get x equal to 1 by y, x equal to 1 by y. Now we have written x equal to gy in the form of x equal to gy. Now see, 1 by any expression, that means we got this form, 1 by any expression. For this, what should not happen? For this, expression should not be equal to 0. So same way here, y should not be equal to 0 and then whole r. So for x, for not for x, for range, so the range will be r minus 0. See here, when we will put y equal to 1, we will get x equal to 1. X equal to 1. But when we will put y equal to 0, anyhow, if possible, which is not possible, we will get undefined. So x will be undefined. So in the domain set, we are getting undefined value. That's why. So what will be the range here? From here we can get the range. What will be the range here? Range will be, domain. Domain will be also r minus 0, because when expression is given in this form, we can get domain. We will get domain, and when we will transform the equation in this form, more in this form, so we will get range. Basically what is happening here, a b function or relation, whatever it is, when we are inputting this and going here, then it is domain, and that is y equal to fx. But when we have written this function in the form of x equal to gy, so now the function has been transformed from here to here. So when we are putting y value, that means we are getting y values from here. Actually this is y, this is x. When we are putting y value, we are getting these values. So for getting these values, we are inputting these values. When we will input these values, this will become the range value for this f. But these values will become the domain value for this g. Okay, just think over it, because it is going to give rise the concept of inverse function. Okay, so again I will tell you, example is not that much problematic, we can do it easily. The thing is that what is happening, let me explain you once more time, and this time I will use some different color pens. This is domain A, this is range B, this is codomain or range. Okay, so I am saying it range simply. Okay, we have few elements. Before going for few elements, I am saying a function is defined from here to here, f, and that function is y equal to fx. When we are inputting x, if I say x1, x2, x3, so we are getting y1, y2, y3. So whatever we are inputting is domain. So domain will be input. So we will write dy. Now, if we are able to define any function like this, x equal to gy, if somehow we are going to transform, if somehow we are able to transform this y equal to fx in this form, now all the scene has been changed. Now for this we have like this. This is B, this is A. So now we are finding for y1, y2, y3. Now we are inputting y1, y2, y3, and function is now G. This became whatever was A here, that became B here. So now we are inputting y1, y2, y3, and we are trying to get x1, x2, x3. Okay, if I will coincide these two diagrams, then it will be like this. So whatever is domain here for this is becoming range for this. Whatever is range here for this is becoming domain for this. Hope you understood. Okay, please note it down. Okay, types of functions. Let's start with I identity function. What is an identity function? I have written the definition. So when we will get y equal to fx equal to x, y equal to x, when whatever we will put x value from domain, we will get y value in the range. So whatever we will put here, x equal to 1, 2, 3, from minus infinity to infinity, the same we will get. So here this y equal to x is a line which will pass through the origin. It will pass through the origin because when we will put x equal to 0, we will get y equal to 0. When we will put x equal to 1, we will get y equal to 1. So it will pass through the origin. Just copy this definition and then I will tell you. Okay, copy this definition. So for y equal to x, x-axis, y-axis, when we are putting x equal to 0, we will get y equal to 0 here. So it will be 0, 0. Origin I am saying O. When we will then 1, 2, 3, 4 and we will go up to infinity. This side minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4 and we will go minus infinity. Here, okay, let me write it, 1, 2, 3, 4. It will go minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4 and minus infinity. So what is happening here, for every x we are getting the same y. See here, 1, 2, 3 up to infinity, up to here negative infinity. So minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 1. Here 1, 2, 3. So when we are putting x equal to 0, we are getting 0. For y value we are getting 0. When we are putting 1, we are getting y equal to 1. So if we will draw the graph, so here, so what will happen is it will be like this. Okay, so graph may be a little bit because I am not having the scaling, proper scaling. So 2, so here it will be 2, 3, it will be 3. In the same way here 1, so let me use the same pen. Okay, so it will be like this little bit. Let me dark it. Okay, so what is happening here, for x equal to minus 1 we are getting y equal to minus 1, for x equal to minus 2 we are getting y equal to minus 2. Okay, so for y equal to x we are getting a line which is passing through the origin and making an angle 45 degree. I'm just giving you some information. That's not when we will study lines, straight lines, there we will study all these things. This is the identity function. Identity, why it is identity function? Because whatever we are giving from domain, we are getting the same in the range or in the codomain. Okay, now this is constant function. Let me rough this. Hope you understood. Constant function, whatever value we are giving, y equal to c, y equal to fx equal to c. See here, x-axis y, this is y dash, this is x dash, this is for the negative. Whatever value we will give from input from domain, that means whatever the values of x, every time we will get the value c. That means if we are putting 0, we are getting, if I say this is c, c is some constant, it may be 1, 2, 3, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, any. So I am taking this is c. So this line is going to be c. Okay. So whatever values we will put here, if we will put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to infinity, or we will go that side minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 and minus infinity, every time we will get this c value. So this is the constant function. Okay, in the identity, this is the definition of constant function. A function f maps R to R defined by y equal to fx equal to c. X belongs to R where c is a constant is called a constant function. Domain of the constant function, let me tell you why this wire is disturbing me. I don't know why it is getting stuck with me. So whatever value we will put, we can put all the values from minus infinity to infinity on the x-axis. That means the values of x can be from minus infinity to infinity. So the domain will be R. And for all these R, we are getting only one value, that is C. So the range is C and domain is R. Okay. I forgot to tell you about the domain and domain and range of the identity function. Let me tell you. So in the identity function y equal to x, we can put any value from minus infinity to infinity. Since x belongs to R, so whatever we are putting here x, the same value we are getting. That means y is also coming from R. So domain is R and range is also R. Okay, copy this. Next is our signum function. Our next function is signum function. Signum function is defined as fx equal to 1 for positive x, equal to 0 for x equal to 0, and minus 1 for negative x. Let us see with the graph. Let me choose red pen. So we have x-axis, y-axis. This full portion is x greater than 0. This full portion is x less than 0. So whatever values we will give here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, like that, we will always get 1 and minus 1. See here, for x equal to 0, we are getting 0. So here we got x equal to 0, y equal to 0. And whatever values here we are putting, that means going for negative. So whatever values of x we are giving here, we are getting only minus 1. Okay, we are getting only minus 1. And when we are giving positive values, whatever positive values of x, we will put 1, 2, 3, 4 up to infinity. Up to infinity, we are getting only 1. So this is 1, this is minus 1. So this is the graph of the signum function. Okay, so what else can we do here? Domain. What will be the domain? Domain is full x-axis. On the x-axis, we are coming from minus infinity to plus infinity. So that means full set R. Domain will be set of real numbers. What will be the range? Range will be minus 1, 0, 1. Whatever values we are putting, we are getting only among these three values. If we are putting values from positive side, we are getting plus 1. If we are putting values from negative side, we are getting minus 1. And if we are putting 0, we are getting 0 value. So range will be minus 1, 0, 1. Okay, please copy this.